What is up, guys? It is your boy Kazak here, and I am back with another JRPG video for you guys today. Now, we got quite a bit of interesting information to go over here, and I just want to give you guys my 2 cents on all the latest news that we've been getting when it comes to the JRPG space. And oh man, we have a lot to talk about here. So I'm gonna cut through the chase here and just get straight into some of the good stuff. First off, we have screenshots of Kingdom Hearts 4. Now, this one is a little bit of a, I don't want to say a touchy subject, but it's something that I've been kind of thinking about when it comes to the Kingdom Hearts series. And honestly, I'm kind of at a point with Kingdom Hearts where I'm sort of burnt out on this franchise. I feel like that after Kingdom Hearts 3 came and went, I think it just it sort of like soiled my experience with the Kingdom Hearts franchise as a whole, especially since 3 was set up to kind of be like the last conclusion of the Xehanort saga. And while I still did enjoy my time with the game, it just really the ending was not really what I expected. So when I saw that Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced, I didn't really think much of it. I just thought like, oh, okay, well, we got Kingdom Hearts 4. It exists. It just randomly dropped out of nowhere too. No special announcement, no like hype event or anything. Square just dropped it. It said, "Here you go, guys. Kingdom Hearts 4. It's a thing." And I felt like that was really deflating. And it seems like we're getting more information about Kingdom Hearts out of after like what, like a year after that trailer came out. I could be wrong, but yeah, we got some cool screenshots here. We got a little bit of action regarding Sora. We see Mickey Mouse here as well, which is pretty cool. We got this giant heartless monster, and then we have like Sora's this new design in this like new world. I forgot what it was called, but basically it's Sora in the real world and stuff. And to be honest with you guys, it feels a little bit weird that they're only just posting screenshots and there's no like additional trailers or anything of the sort. Now I do understand that Kingdom Hearts 4 is a very big project, so obviously they're probably still working on the game and they just don't have enough to show us for right now. Aside from these screenshots, which is cool, but I don't know. I feel like when it comes to the overall like rollout of this Kingdom Hearts 4 like scenario, like this whole like Kingdom Hearts 4 marketing right now, it just feels a little lackluster. I don't know, man. I just feel like all of this stuff that we're getting around Kingdom Hearts 4 is just a little lacking, in my personal opinion. I wish we got more than just simple screenshots. I believe that the biggest issue that I have with like how Square is handling the Kingdom Hearts franchise is the fact that there is almost like little to no communication between the developers and the players. I mean, not too long ago, we recently just had a mobile game that was supposed to come out get canceled. After months and months of waiting for new information on this new Kingdom Hearts mobile game that people were interested in playing, they came out and basically just said that they pulled the plug on the project. Now, whether or not they're going to be doing more with that project, we don't really know. But I feel like that the lack of communication and going radio silence on your audience, to me, is just not cool. And I get it. Oh, well, if they're not saying anything, that means they're taking time to develop the game and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. I understand that. But at the same time, dude, you should, if you're trying to promote this game and you're trying to get people excited and you truly want the community to be excited for these new projects, there should be consistent updates. There should be more progress about how, or more information about how the game is being handled and the direction that they're trying to take Kingdom Hearts 4. There should be a lot more here than just simple screenshots, and that's pretty much it. Overall, when it comes to Kingdom Hearts 4, I'm just not really excited for this game right now. Until we actually get to see some gameplay trailers, we get to see more of the characters and all that stuff. Kingdom Hearts 4 is like the last thing on my mind when it comes to like highly anticipated JRPGs. And that's sad to say because I love Kingdom Hearts, but the way that Square has been treating this franchise has been absolutely atrocious, man. It really has been. So yeah, that if you wanted my thoughts regarding Kingdom Hearts, there you go. I figured I just drop that in there and give you guys my thoughts. It's just disappointing, man. It really is. Moving on, we have Suikoden Starly. For those of you guys who don't know, this is a brand new Suikoden project that is actually a mobile game. And I gotta say, man, it looks really freaking cool. At first I didn't know what to think of it. I thought, like, oh, okay, cool, it exists. This is a thing. But as I look more and more into it and we see new trailers of the game, I just keep getting impressed by it. I honestly am getting actually excited for a mobile game, believe it or not. When it comes to the story, it's apparently going to be taking place somewhere between like Suikoden 5 and Suikoden 1. I'm assuming this is probably going to take place like a couple of years before the events of the first game, which is going to be interesting. We also have some returning characters coming back. Characters like Jean, obviously. We have Filk, we have Victor, and we have Odessa, who was only in Suikoden 1. And I'm kind of glad that she is returning, since in that game, we didn't really get to see that much of her character, especially since, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say that she didn't really get that much development compared to a lot of the other characters in the game. So the fact that we're getting more about her character is going to be really cool to see in the mobile game. So I'm very excited to see what else they could possibly do with her character and hopefully make her a lot more fleshed out this time around. Now, I understand that there is a little bit of division going on where people are either excited or some people are looking at this mobile game as a cash grab. Some people are like, oh, this is just them milking the Suikoden franchise again and all that stuff. But again, I think a lot of people that are saying this are kind of missing the big picture here. And take it from me, you're talking to somebody who does not play mobile games. I don't like mobile games that much. I have a hard time enjoying them. But at the same time, I also see the value that this game could potentially bring in for newer audiences and even for Suikoden fans. What we have here is a Suikoden project that actually feels like a Suikoden title. Unlike Suikoden Tear Christ on the Nintendo DS. But no, like, if people are concerned or people are just not interested in this project, that is perfectly valid, and I think you are well within your right to feel that way. I just don't think we should be shooting this down when Konami is actually listening to us and making this effort to bring Suikoden more into the limelight. And let's not forget, the Suikoden 1 and 2 remasters are also performing incredibly well too. So there is also the possibility that we might get more Suikoden games in the form of like remasters or potential remakes and all that good stuff. So again, there is a future here for Suikoden. Instead of just trashing on Konami just because it's Konami, I just think we need to give this mobile game a shot. If it's good, it's good. If it's bad, then hey, we'll say that it's bad. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit up here and lie to you guys or try to pretend like as if it's all amazing stuff when it's not. But we don't know that yet until the mobile game actually drops. But based off of everything that I've been seeing of the game and the way that Konami has been treating Suikoden as of recently, there's no reason for me to think that there is like any sort of foul play going on here. I just think that Konami is taking the steps necessary to bring this series back, and hey, I'm all for it. As long as we can get like a future Suikoden 6 or some Suikoden remakes here and there, I'm all for it, and I'm really curious to see where this project goes. I also want to briefly touch on the Trails in the Sky remake real quick, as we do have more information regarding the returning characters, which all look absolutely amazing. There's also a little bit more about the combat system, which we all know is taking a little bit of inspiration from Trails Through Daybreak and going with this cool action/slash turn-based hybrid system. And there's also some DLC as well for Estelle and Joshua, one of which is based off of their OG designs from the first game, which you can tell that there is some slight differences here and there, but it's kind of neat that they did that. And we also have a funny one, which is based off of their chibi designs from the first game too. And I think that this is a really nice little callback to the original game by having to wear these like funny little mascot kind of outfits here. Now, I do recognize that some people are not really a big fan of the new type of combat system that the remake is going to have. But personally, I actually kind of like this combat system. I think this is a unique system that feels at least in my opinion, it's going to make the game feel a lot more fast paced and more intense than say like the original game, in my opinion, which I personally felt like was a little slow, which is kind of funny to say considering that game had a speed up feature. But no, I think that the combat here is pretty cool, and I don't mind the change in this one compared to what we had in the original game. We also know that this game is going to be coming out for the PC, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch. So it's going to be coming out on all the major platforms, well, except for Xbox. But I think this makes sense considering that these are kind of like the most popular platforms when it comes to the Trail series. So it makes sense that they would go with this direction. Personally, I'm probably going to grab the Switch version, assuming that it runs pretty well. It looks really good, man. I mean, outside of that, we're still getting like additional like characters. We're seeing some beautiful screenshots about the game. Everything about this game right now just looks amazing. I'm loving every bit of it, and I genuinely cannot wait to get my hands on this game and play it, and to see like everything that they changed because everything just looks so freaking good, man. I'm excited. I absolutely am. So you know that this is definitely going to be a day one purchase for me. I'm definitely going to be picking this up on September 19th. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say there. It's pretty much just more of the same. I think this game looks awesome. It's great that we're getting this remake, and hopefully, if this remake does well, we'll get second chapter, and then we'll get the third chapter on top of that as well. So yeah, just wanted to briefly talk about that, man. Pretty freaking cool. Now, this one is not necessarily like news, but this is like a discussion that I've been seeing around the JRPG community for quite some time now, and that is the discussion surrounding a possibility of a Chrono Trigger remake. And oh boy, this one is interesting. I'm gonna give you guys my 2 cents on this right now. So, a lot of the opinions I have when it comes to the idea of a Chrono Trigger remake is kind of similar to how I feel about Persona 4. If you haven't seen that Persona 4 video, I recommend you check that out. But basically, I feel like this is one of those cases where I don't think it's necessary for this game to get a full blown remake, especially if we're talking about like in the style of like Final Fantasy 7. Hell no, I'm not gonna sit up here and pay no damn trilogy. No, but okay, I'm joking. But no, if it's in the style of like an HD 2D remake, like Star Wars and the Second Story R, or like an Octopath Traveler, I think that would be pretty freaking cool. I would love to see something like that. But if we're talking about a fully realized remake from the ground up, completely 3D and all that stuff, no. I don't want Square Enix to touch Chrono Trigger in that way. Absolutely not. It needs to stay being the traditional classic that it is. And I also feel like this is also, granted, it is something that people would want to see, but I think it's also a risk at the same time because if they don't go the HD 2D route and they genuinely think about doing that like big remake treatment, I don't think it's gonna turn out the way that you guys think it would. I really don't believe it will. I just don't see that. I think it would be a little bit too risky, especially since Chrono Trigger is a heavily beloved JRPG franchise. And well, I say franchise, even though there's only like 2 games in there. Although I also love Chrono Cross as well. I mean, if we can get a Chrono Cross remake now, that would be a little bit different. I'd be actually open and excited for that rather than Chrono Trigger, which I feel like I don't know what else you could add to Trigger. I feel like this game is a completed package. The story is great. I enjoy the characters as well and all that stuff. I just don't really see what the need is for a remake. I don't really see it outside of potentially bringing in new people, which I think that is fair to do that for that reason. But I also feel like if they are going to do it, give it the HD 2D treatment. Just stick to that. Let's not go the Final Fantasy VII Remake route where we got to pay like 3 to 4 different games just to have the complete experience. No, just stick with the classic stuff that people want. Okay, that's it. Now, as I said before, Chrono Cross getting that treatment, okay, that would be pretty cool, especially since, they screwed up the remaster. So I would love to see them do a remake as an apology for the poorly botched remaster of Chrono Cross. But yeah, when it comes to Trigger, I think it's cool. It would be a cool idea, but at the same time, I would not be that crazy for it altogether. It depending on how it's handled. I want to put heavy emphasis on it. It really depends on how it's handled. If it's handled pretty good, then of course I'll be excited for it. If not, then it is what it is. So I figured I'd just give my little 2 cents on the Chrono Trigger remake discussion, especially since I've been seeing that floating around in the JRPG community for quite some time now. So, yeah, I think that covers some of the things I wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you guys agree with some of the things I say, or did you disagree with some of the things I'm saying? I'm curious to see what you guys think in the comment section. So, with all that said, this was your boy Kazak, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.